Stop scrolling. Yesterday, the US government predicted the economy added 80,000 jobs in July. The actual number? Negative 23,000. That is a 103,000 job gap. That is not a rounding error. That is not alarmism. That is arithmetic. Here is the mechanism nobody is explaining clearly. Every month, the Bureau of Labor Statistics releases the jobs report. Economists surveyed by Reuters expected a gain. Modest, but a gain. The market priced it in. The headlines were ready. Then the number hit. Minus 23,000. And here is where it gets interesting. The unemployment rate actually fell, from 4.2% to 4.1%. How do you lose 23,000 jobs and the unemployment rate goes down? Because hundreds of thousands of people stopped looking. They exited the labor force entirely. When you stop searching, you stop counting. The rate looks better. The reality gets worse. Now meet Jake. Jake is 24, computer science degree, 3.8 GPA. He applied to over 200 jobs this year. He got 11 interviews, 3 offers, all rescinded before he started. Jake is not in the unemployment statistics. He never worked, so he was never fired. He is just invisible to the data. And Jake is not alone. 21% of US companies have already frozen entry-level hiring because of AI. The ladder Jake was supposed to climb? Someone quietly removed the bottom rungs. Now here is where this gets important. At the exact same moment the jobs report dropped, Zoho's founder, Sridhar Vembu, a man running a company with over 15,000 employees, went public with something most CEOs only whisper in boardrooms. He said AI is freezing IT hiring. Not slowing it, freezing it. This is not 2 separate stories. This is one story happening in 2 places at once. The old economic playbook says, recession hits, companies cut jobs. Recovery comes, they hire back. That cycle has repeated for a century. But this time, there is a new variable. When a company automates a role with AI during a downturn, that role does not come back during the recovery. It simply stops existing. Let me give you the numbers that actually matter. In 2026 alone, over 720,000 jobs have been wiped out in the US. Microsoft, Intel, an entire steel plant in Indiana. Not contractors, not gig workers, full-time career track positions. And the labor force participation rate, the share of adults actually working or looking, has been sliding for months, quietly, without making headlines. Here is the honest assessment. You are watching 2 forces converge in real time. A slowing economy that is shedding jobs, and an automation wave that ensures many of those jobs never return. That is not 2 problems. That is one problem with 2 names. And it connects directly to something we covered on this channel before, the pension crisis. Pension systems need workers paying in to fund retirees. If Jake never gets his first job, he never pays into Social Security. If 16,000 roles disappear every month, that is 16,000 fewer people funding a system that is already strained. The maths were already bad. AI just made them worse. If this channel is connecting dots you have not seen connected before, subscribe to Neo Economy. We do this every week. No spin, no panic, just clarity. Now, what this actually means for you. If you are in a role that involves repetitive cognitive work, data entry, basic coding, content drafting, customer support scripting, scheduling, reporting, you are not competing against other applicants anymore. You are competing against a model that costs a few dollars an hour and never sleeps. This is not about being replaced tomorrow. This is about the direction the arrow is pointing. And the arrow is pointing one way. The mathematics of this are not recoverable without one of 3 things. Massive retraining at a speed no government has ever achieved. A universal basic income that does not exist. or a total reversal of AI adoption that no company will voluntarily accept. Not by choice, by necessity. That is not the end of the story. Here is the part nobody says out loud. The same AI that is freezing hiring is also creating entirely new categories of work. The question is not whether jobs exist. The question is whether your current skills map to where the jobs are moving. Think about your local coffee shop, the one near the office district. It does not survive on coffee. It survives on the 12 people who buy a latte every morning before heading upstairs. When Jake and his friends never get hired, the coffee shop loses 12 customers. Then the sandwich place next door. Then the dry cleaner across the street. Jobs do not just disappear. They create ripples. And right now, the ripples are getting bigger. The people who treat this as an information problem, who learn the new tools, who understand where automation is going, who position themselves ahead of it, they will be fine. The people who wait for the old jobs to come back will wait forever. Clarity matters more than guilt here. They said AI would create jobs. The US economy just lost 23,000 of them. Zoho's founder confirmed that salary budgets are now AI budgets. And the pension systems we covered on this channel just got a little more fragile. That is not alarmism. That is arithmetic. Drop one word in the comments, the industry you work in. I read every single one. And in the next video, I will break down which sectors AI is coming for first. Subscribe to Neo Economy. We will see you in the next one.